Hello everyone, it is Ashen Prime once again, here to do some more, that's not what I want, here to do some more Pitioss speedruns because I want to, and I enjoy doing them. So we're going to just go ahead and make sure that this is done, and swap right over there, boop. There we are, hi everybody. Let's make sure everything is actually sending correctly, real quick. It should be. Theoretically. I don't know. I have seen no reason to expect that my Twitch is not twitching properly. No, everything seems fine. Great! So yeah, here in Pitioss. I'm really excited. Last session ended with me getting my PB of like 23 minutes. I should know the exact number, but I don't. I can look it up though. Oh, 20 minutes. Wow. See, these are things that I don't have a good memory. 20 minutes and 5 seconds was my PB from my last session. So I'm gonna go ahead and try and beat that. So I'm just gonna warm up, do a warm up run, then maybe do some testing, do some teching, see if I can get the infamous, as it's called, boob skip. But we'll see. We'll see. I'm kind of ambivalent to whether I get it or not. Oh, nope. That's an auspicious start. Dude. I need to get, and I'm still several months away from getting, but I'm going to upgrade my PC in the spring sometime, I think. Whoa. I'm currently looking to, that was odd, to go RTX with it, but I don't trust the current firmware and driver support, so I'm going to wait until spring to try and do that. Okay, so my timing in there is off right now. Wait for you to come down, and then go up. Then this one's coming up, and then that one's coming up, and then that's perfect timing there. Great. So the big thing for this warm-up for me is to remember to hit my darn splits. So I'm real bad at that. And we'll see how that goes. The music is really loud. I'm only recently trying to incorporate music into my streams. I'm still trying to find the right balance, and it's not helpful when tracks get louder and softer as you go along. That was an interesting miss. One that I miss more often than I'd like, but I really shouldn't. I'm not entirely sure. Fine. I'll just always hit that. I'll always attack there, I guess, is the long and short of it. Boop. Boop. And fall off. Not a great start this morning, but that's fine. I say morning. It's not actually morning. Maybe that's part of the reason why. Is I just kind of went at it without preparing. But that's fine. I think part of the preparation process is getting in and streaming, at least for me. Getting in, getting the encoder running, attempting to actually hit it. Alright. Nice. I've gotten much more. That was probably the first spot I ever rage quit in Pitioss, was trying to get that stupid jump there, and so I'm really pleased every time that I make that on the first try. It makes me happy. I don't think there will ever be a time when I'm not happy about hitting that. It does kind of lead to one of the things I want to kind of get over in this run, is that, like, that jump, obviously I'm good at it now. I figured out how to do it. I have something of a system in place, but every time I do it, it feels like a fluke that I've made it. And so I don't know if that's because I don't actually have a system, I'm not as planned out as I want to be there, or if it's because it actually is just kind of a fluke that I make it every time. But that's one of the things I want to get over as I continue doing runs. Whether it's getting over it for my own self. Ooh, nearly got hit there. Whether that's just changing the way I perceive it, or if it is actually just a mechanical, I need to be more consistent in the movements that I'm doing as I go through here. I don't know. Shoop. This room remains my favorite, but I think it's because it's one of the first ones that I solved. And by solved, I don't mean it felt like, again, with that feeling of how in the world did I actually make that, I don't know, but I'm past it now. But this was one of the rooms that I felt like, oh, I know what's going on here. I can do this room consistently. Oh, and I did not just realize that I missed my split for the ball. That's fine. I'm into side rooms now. Boop, boop. Okay, there we are. Everything's fine. The camera gets a bit weird there, and I think that's just because my system is laggy in this game. It's always been kind of laggy in this game. You can kind of tell that my resolution, my graphic quality is not great right now because I've turned it down so that the game runs better. And part of that is the fact that I'm running on a friggin' 980. It's just, it's an old graphics card. I'm also running on 8 gigs of memory, not great. But also I got this 3 years ago, and I didn't know what I was doing at the time, so I paid too much for it, and there's just a lot of problems with my current setup. But it's fine. I'm currently in the process of saving money to get something better. We'll just see how much of that money I can actually save over the course of the holiday, because presents need to be bought, y'all. I have to buy presents. You don't have to buy presents. I want to buy presents for people. That's odd. I failed. I had that one that time. Apparently I did not. It's fine. Not then either. Interesting. I'll try this one more time before I try the second alternative. Oh, that's part of it, is I'm not getting on the platform soon enough. Never mind, I lied. I'm going to do this one more time and try not to fail it this time. And by fail it, I mean do it wrong. There we are. That's what I wanted to see. Pretzel is pumping out some good stuff today. We'll go ahead and wait for this platform to stop, because either way I have to wait for it to get into a certain spot up here before I can do anything, so waiting for it either direction. Or waiting for it both directions. Also, my sensitivity feels off. My sensitivity off? I don't know. Sure. We'll say that that's correct. Oh, sure. Let's just not actually hit the jump button. We'll just forget that that one exists and do this entire room again. That's okay. We're only a minute past. Nope, I'm not going to make that. You know what? That's fine. We're going to go for our second option here, because I think it'll be longer to wait for the next platform than it'll be to just do this. Although I missed that too, so never mind. I'll just die and still wait for the next platform. It's fine. Everything's fine. Don't worry about it. Or do worry about it. That works as well. One, 2, 3. Jump and be over here now. Thank you. It is one of the problems with running on PC, which I am, as I've mentioned my system multiple times so far, is that there's just so many inconsistencies in the way the game performs based on your system specs that it's, even if your load times aren't a factor, there's just so many different things that can happen. Dropped inputs or choppy frames or what have you. Okay. Let's try this again without the fail. There we are. That's what I wanted to see. Whoop. Boop. 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 Alright, we're going to try the fast method of this, or the one cycle, I guess. Yeah, we do. Nope, missed it. Okay. That means we can just try the one cycle again, though, which is nice. Nope, missed that. That's fine. It is fine. I prefer this method because it's not as, what's the word? The word is, harrowing. Not as anxiety-inducing for me. But it does mean that you have to sit and wait for this thing twice, as opposed to the other method where you only have to wait for it once. I just can't really be bothered to put myself through all that anxiety just to make it a bit more, just to lose a cycle there. Theoretically, I should be willing to. That's what speedrunning is about, but I don't have that kind of mentality and mindset, and I'm fine with that. I'm willing to just wait for it. How am I already 2 minutes past? Must be giving a delta of PB rather than a delta of or a delta of total time rather than the delta of the segment. Which seems a weird thing to do, but whatever. Here's where I get all tense again. Just don't have as fine a control with the analog of, or sorry, with the digital keyboard and mouse controls as you do with analog sticks, which in other places is fine, but here is where it gets kind of tricky. Because I feel like if I was fast enough that I could have been at the top of this ramp while the platform was right below me, and I could have missed that cycle as well. But again, tense enough as it is going through there, I don't want to add additional anxiety for no real good reason. No! Don't go away. I need to jump through here.
Give this a go. Need to get back.
Yeah, it's giving me a delta of total time rather than a delta of the segment, which is what I really want to see here. So I need to fiddle with the... Oop. Fiddle with the... with the splits, with live split in between runs. I know that this run is kind of bad already, but I just want to finish it because just finishing it for me is kind of the goal in any time. I sort of care about my times, but mostly I just care about finishing the run, which seems weird, but that's what I am, how I do. And so it's more important for me right now that I can finish this run and just have this bad one gone and done and under my belt. paraphrasing actual advice from a writing podcast I enjoy is you got a billion bad runs in you, and it's best to get them all out as quickly as possible. That's nice. I don't know if it's faster to fall directly onto the second platform, but I certainly just did it. That was not a bad time through tilt. Get down, get down. Why didn't you move there when I told you to move there? Well, that's annoying. I probably could have made that if I hadn't just lost control for some reason. I assume because I was trying to control him. Oh, I got a -2 on the previous segment. Not bad. I assume because I was trying to tell him to move during a animation and he didn't like it. And then at the end of the animation, they weren't picking up the controls anymore. I don't know. Boop. 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 And boop. Nope. There's a fall. Oh, let's not roll off the edge. I'd appreciate that. Whee. Oh, get down. Don't keep recovering. Just get down. Recovery animations will be the death of me. And whip, and whip, and whip, and whip. There we are. That's what that's supposed to look like. It's also not supposed to look like running past the door, but, you know, that happened. Plus 45 to run that room twice.
Unbelievable.
I'm still not entirely sure if that jump is faster than the regular way, but I feel like it is more consistent for triggering the tilt of the room, because for some reason the trigger is out on that random peninsula that you have to jump off of. So I just kind of always do it. Not always, but it's becoming my more common thing.
This is ridiculous.
Yeah, I'm just going to follow this around the path that you're supposed to. Here and trigger the rotation. Come back down here and just nope. Get ahead of yourself and fall. Too soon? Too soon. I felt that as soon as I hit the jump button. That's the trick of this room, is knowing when you can and can't jump. Well, technically the trick of this room would be getting the skip correct, but I'm not good at that one, so that's not going to happen. Need to spend a lot more time with my stamina bar and getting to know and understand it better. Boo. Come up here. Trigger this. Come down here. There we are. And now we just stand here and wait for this thing to turn. Which is why the skip would be faster if I could complete it, and I might spend some time working on that. Although I haven't lost all my time in my live segment, so that's nice. Now this is the surprisingly difficult spot in the run, where if you don't land on this just right, weird things happen. But it's fine. Everything's fine. Just losing a bit of time here. At least it didn't kick me off. I've had it just kick me off that thing entirely. Go on, let's go. I didn't realize there was a trigger for that. I thought it just happened as soon as you landed. Apparently not. Great. Good to know in the future. I should probably move my split to when the elevator starts moving. But, I like the split being on landing there, so I'm going to keep it. Nope, let's not walk off the edge, please. Where am I going? I'm going up farther. Good heavens. You'd think I'd know this room by now. Know the routes. Okay, it's fine. Everything's fine. Those weird passageways kind of remain my least favorite part of this whole route, I think. Oh, hit the button. Don't jump past the button. Hit the button. Appropriate music. It's very similar to what you'd hear in this room anyway. Bother. I was hoping I wouldn't have to do this at any point, but today appears to be the day that it happens. Actually, no, I need to just kind of go back this way. Okay. I was just thinking to myself, I haven't opened any of the shortcuts. That's probably fine, right? Well, no, not really. It's alright. It's not like I have to go through the whole friggin' dungeon again to get back here. And there is a... just by nature of the way that it's laid out, there is that obvious path that I just took there. But, that corridor is one of the reasons why I wish to continue controlling with mouse and keyboard, even though obviously, as I noted earlier, it's not quite as fine control as you can get with an analog stick. But also with an analog stick, I always feel... I feel less in control down that corridor than I do with my mouse and keyboard. And in general, I just kind of feel like aiming is a little bit easier. I don't know. I'm probably wrong, but it's how I prefer to play it, so it's how I'm going to play it.
Yes.
Nope. Oh, well, this is interesting. We'll just avoid out on those spikes. Okay. That's what I wanted to see. I have tried various methods of skipping this second platform here and just jumping straight onto the rocks, and I don't like any of them. So I don't do it. Whip, whip, whip. Okay, and let's make sure we don't miss this switch. There we are. Oh, sweet. That's nice. That's actually a bit of a time save then. I don't have to run back and jump onto the... If I don't have to run back and jump onto the door, then it's a bit of a time save. If I void out, well... Oh, I needed to split there. It's fine. We'll come over here. Come up here. Beep. 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 That one is one of the actually I could probably jump along here and be faster, yeah. Oh, nope, not if I fail like that. Let's try a little less failing like that, shall we? Interesting that it voided me out to over here, though. This is definitely not the room that I was in. Let's jump from here to here. Sure, that's fine. That's better. That's what that's supposed to look like. Boy, howdy. This hasn't been a great run, has it? It has not. Are we surprised? We are not. So let's go ahead and just reload and get ready to do it again. Okay. Let's do better this time, shall we? Signs point to yes. Yes, we shall. You know what? Let's find a different. Let's go with this station instead. Alright, oh, I do want to take a look at that on here if I can real quick. Let's edit the layout. No, that's not what I want. Definitely want that. This is what I want to change. Use segment delta. That's what I want to see there. That's what I want to see. Okay. And let's make sure that I save that layout so I don't have to remember to change it next time. Okay, great. Here we go. And boop. Nope, missed it. I'm hesitant to jump through that area because I don't want to run my head into the spikes. But I don't think jumping is necessary. I think the running is going to be fast enough in most cases. It's a little bit of moving during that cutscene, but the way the camera comes back to Noctis after cutscenes is a bit odd, so basically as soon as it starts moving back to the character model, I go ahead and take my fingers off the controls again. Boop. Boop. Oop. I don't know that there's much more time that I can save in that first room. My PB from last session really is kind of the fastest I'll ever get through that. Because there's just not... Unless another piece of tech comes along that speeds something up in there. There's really not much else that can be done to go faster than I am already going. And still maintain the rules of the category that I myself have imposed on myself.
Give this a go.
+2 there, not bad. Oop, there we are. I wonder how difficult it would be to create an auto splitter for this. As somebody who doesn't program, I honestly have no idea. Oh, that's fun. Apparently it was just a step or two low there. Come on, start moving. Thank you. Ow. Oh, no, get out from under those spikes, please. Thank you. That recovery animation is my least favorite thing because he almost always rolls directly under the spikes. I assume that they did that on purpose. Come on, let's go. Again, my camera freaks out just a little bit going around that corner, and I don't know why. Go ahead and land here. Start moving across the hall. You know what? This might be worth it. If I can land this jump. Nope. I did not land that jump. Probably would have been better off just waiting for the thing and trying the slightly faster skip here. But either way, I skipped that corner of this room, which I skip often, actually. Just realizing that the other skip I do in this room is meant to skip that corner of the room as well. Oh, really? Nope, not enough. I guess it's worth noting that I specifically chosen the Steal the Past quest for this save because it's the quest that sends you to Pitioss, although to turn it in, the turn-in, the Thieves' Treasure thing is actually outside the dungeon. But I don't know, I feel like it's worth it. It's proper to have that quest be the one that's up as I do the run. Other people might not think of those things, but it was important to me. So important that I actually spent some time getting the quest and recreating the save file so that I would have the quest that I wanted. Alright, that confirms you are impervious during cutscenes. I don't know if there's any good spot that can be used. But it is definitely a truth that we have. Okay. Let's try faster out here. See if it helps anything. Come on, get up. Doesn't help if I miss the jump. Those are over here so I can start faster. Down here, recover sooner. Jump, jump, jump. Get over, get up. Nope. Okay. Do 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 do. I don't know that it's helpful to get up here and wait as opposed to doing it the other way. It's helpful for my heart rate, so I guess that's a yes, and I'm going to keep doing it. But this is another one that I'm not too sure of how helpful it is to be in here early, as you have to wait for this wall to get out of the way either way. I kind of want to find a way to get that fast enough that I don't have to wait for this. This cycle. That's the word that's used. Cycles. But I don't know that that's ever going to be possible. Theoretically it will be, but I don't know. Oh sure, let's just miss that. That was weird, game. I'm not entirely sure what led to that. At least we get another chance at the fast, or one cycle fast room, however I want to think about it. Maybe there's another way to get into there. Should look at that, into that as well at some point. Or a faster way to get on top of the skeleton head, that would skip a lot, actually. If I could get on the head early. We'll explore that in a second, I guess. Nope, nope, bad things just happened. You know what? Screw it. Let's explore that now. Let's see. What possible things could exist to get me into places early? Let's go down here. Let's see if that gets me into this room early. Like, if I do this. Let's try that again. Let's go here. Oh, no, let's fall off. Don't actually mean let's fall off, Noctis. Okay. That's where I need to go, is right above me. Is there any good way to get up there? So let's try this. If I can find the right timing to jump and hover and get in there. Nice! That actually might be my new way. Because then I can outrun this. Get over here. Get over here. Ah. That would have been fine if I had attacked when I had hit the attack button, but I didn't attack when I hit the attack button, so that didn't happen. Okay. So let's look at this again and see if that wasn't just a complete fluke. Obviously it's possible, I just have to actually figure out how I did it. So we jump off, we attack. I attack sooner than that so that I don't fall past it. We pick up the moon pendant for fun. Okay, we jump off. That was right into the spikes, so that doesn't help. So a little bit sooner on the jump, I guess. Or no jump at all. Maybe I just walk off. I should have kept that moon pendant so I knew where to line up. Okay. We come off. Okay, so I need to jump to, because otherwise I'm in the falling animation and he doesn't swing. Even though I definitely told him to swing. So we'll just come off, swing. Ah, there you are. That one was just a hands. Or just a fall off. Okay. Nice. Nice. I still want to find a way to skip this cycle, but I don't think I can get around here fast enough. I don't think it's actually possible to do that. But we still skipped at least one cycle earlier, so that's nice. Okay. I'm gonna be a little more reckless than usual as I go over all the scaffolding bits here, just to see if I can figure out a way to make the timing on this work better so that I'm actually in... Nope. Oh, nice. So that I'm not having to sit and wait for the platform here. Very nice.
Give this a go. Need to get back.
I would love to find some good skips in this room, but I'm afraid they just don't exist. Jumping is dangerous because with the tilt, you think you're jumping 3 feet and you end up falling 12 into a hole. Like here, I don't dare jump down this. I just don't. I don't trust that the recovery animation wouldn't take me right over the edge. That roll he does is just the worst thing. Nope, that's off the edge there. That wasn't helpful.
Need to get back.
Yes, we do. Ah, stop that. It's fine. Everything's fine. Boop. I think getting caught in that is actually detrimental to everything. Although I got that on the first cycle, so that's nice. Still have to wait for the block to get out of the way, but overall, nicer than having to wait for the roundy to turn all the way around. The Pac-Man? We'll call them the Pac-Mans. Boop. 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 And boop. Yay. I like it when I don't mess that one up. Alright, let's spend some time in here and see if I can figure out this skip at all. I'm still not convinced that I can, which is probably the absolute wrong mindset to have. I am convinced that if I can figure out the skip, I need to recreate the save file with a level 0 or level 1 Noctis, just because having less stamina will be absolutely essential to making this skip faster. Well, that was an odd spot. I don't know that I've ever fallen off there before. Whip. Whip. Here we are.
This is ridiculous.
Then we come on up over the top here. And we jump into this wall. Whee! Oh, we don't. And then I start running out my stamina. I'm trying to figure out the timing on this. Okay, let's go for right here. The spot where I'll try and run it out the most. We'll come over here and boom. Did I just make it? No, I did not. That was closer than I felt like I've ever come. Nope, did not jump in time. That narrow window you have for that jump is really annoying. Too soon. That's what I wanted that jump to look like, both the times that I failed it. Then we jump. Whee! Okay. I'm gonna go right here. Was it right here? I think it was right here. Then just about the time I get to the T, I'll turn and head towards the statue. This is thrilling, isn't it? Just sitting here watching a bar go down. Isn't it great? Ah, too soon. What that says to me is that I just need to pick a different spot on the wall to do that at, because I still think the T is going to be my best measurement for when I should turn and start running. Too soon. Oh, I made it. I am surprised that I made that. And then I immediately turn around and just fall off. It's fine. Don't worry about it. And now jump. We splat. Alright, so had been here. Let's come down to here. Actually, let's go here. We'll run to the T. What I should probably do, honestly, is find somebody explaining how this works, because all that I've done so far is seen it attempted. Okay. I'm going to do that again. By which I mean I'm going to hop off the statue, restart the room. Wait for the sound to catch up with the fact that I've restarted the room. And do that again and see if I actually have got a system in place now, or if that was just a fluke. Because flukes aren't really a good thing. At least in my opinion. Knowing that it can be done is good. Not knowing how you did it, not necessarily as good. So I tried to... I tried to figure that trick out. I'm going to actually pan this just a little bit that way. I tried to figure that out in such a way that I would have a system and be able to repeat it. Of course, I keep stumbling on the first step, but that's fine. I'll get better at that as time goes by. I'll get better at all of this as time goes by, obviously. That's kind of the point. Now, there is, of course, the inherent problem, the idea of getting the level 1... Ah, shoot. Okay. Well, I'm SOL now. Just restart. The idea of getting a level 1 Noctis in here so that the stamina bar doesn't take as long to empty is a good idea. It's a fantastic idea and an idea I'm going to take. But... which is going to be a pain to set up, don't get me wrong, but I'm going to do it anyway, because it's just going to make everything faster. But it also means that I'm going to have to refigure out my timing and my visual indicator, because that E is not going to be it, or the T, the trick that I'm using now only works for the current stamina bar I have, and it has as much stamina as I have, and how long it takes the stamina to get out as it does. So, okay, so it wasn't this one, it was this guy, right? Yes. I have to count blocks and stand in corners, and it's kind of silly. So if the stamina bar is depleting at a faster rate, which is what ideally would happen, that means... Okay. So my stamina worked there. That was correct. What was off was my angle. The angle of the jump. So I need to figure out exactly what that angle was supposed to be. And do that again. So I think that was the problem I had the first time I thought I had gotten it, and then I didn't have it. was that my angle was just off. Okay. Here we go. We come down 1 to this block. This is a third block, by the way, if that wasn't... It's 1 solid block, 2 solid blocks, the third solid block, and then my nose. I'm fairly certain that's where it was. We'll find out in a second. Yeah, third solid block. Thump, thump. And I land. Okay. I was not paying attention to what that angle was. So, we do it again. We fall off the statue. We wait a couple of seconds for the sound to catch up. Mostly because it distracts me and I don't want to have to worry about it. I do appreciate that they are allowing the fall animation to be triggered by hitting that side of the body, even though you're not supposed to be able to. Although theoretically, I guess, yeah, with the route that they want you to go on, it's not that difficult to hit either side of the body, so it makes sense, I guess. Whee! Boop. I just like running into that wall. Alright, here we go again. 1, 2, 3, and then nose. In this crevice here. Okay, then we come off, and kind of come off just right at the edge. Okay, so yeah, it is just at that corner. Kind of straight bisecting that corner there. Sweet. I'm not going to do that again right now. I am going to finish this by going around the body. Oh, you can't go around the body that way. The hair's in the way. Okay, great. So you have to go on this side of the arm. That's good to know. And boop, right on down. Boop, and jump. Get the elevator moving and hit the split. Okay, great. Let's go ahead and load. Let's try and do a full run with that. Those two new skips, one in the skull room and one in the statue room. We'll see what we can do. Again, current PB is 20 minutes 5 seconds. We're gonna try and beat that. Obviously, you're always trying to beat your PB, but honestly, I would personally just be fine with getting a good segment best on the skull room and on the statue room. Just getting those skips correct. So we'll see how we do. Whip. Good. So if I'm actually fast enough through there, I catch a good cycle for getting off of that moving platform. Alright, past the spikes, and now I jump. And I jump back. No, don't get stuck. Okay, good. Oh. Had me scared for a second there. It's the only reason this is... Nope. Not a thing I'm going to deal with. Because the recovery from that is quite long. Like an additional 40 seconds. And I'm just not. Okay. Let's switch back to the other playlist. Yeah. I'm nice and chill. Keep the heart rate down, I think, is my personal best way of getting through all this. It's not rushing, not worrying about it. Obviously, it's doing speedily, but trying to just maintain. do well rather than do fast. Welcome everybody to another Ashen Prime stream. We're just gonna chillfully go through Pitioss, and by chillfully I mean speedily. We're gonna try and complete this whole thing in 20 minutes or less. Which, for anybody who has spent, as I did my first time, 8 hours trying to get through this dungeon, seems like a pipe dream. But like I said, I've been there before too, and I know it's possible. I even had a kind of a cheat sheet my first time. I had watched other people go through it with the dungeon, so I knew how to complete it. But knowing the route is not the key here. The key is execution. Like we just executed, is that one supposed to be Bahamut or Rama? I'm not sure. Like we just executed that statue there by taking its head off with a wrecking ball. Also, my run speed is just slightly awkward there in the cutscene. I think that's true for most cutscenes. I mean, it's good music, but I want something chiller right now. Dang it. Nope. Get up. Thank you. Ah, I got the slow one. It is both good and bad. It makes the jump slightly simpler, but you also have to wait for the slow one to get through. But you get up there, which takes longer because it slows up quick. One, two, and three. Nope. Oop. Oh, that was interesting. Oh, and that's fall. Okay. I'm going to follow a 3-strike rule, I think. And if I get 3 falls, I'm just going to reset. Because at that point, I'm just kind of upset at this run and don't want to continue it anymore. So we'll try fresh and new with a very new run. I'm not sure that that was faster than just running across the platform at that point, but it felt faster. Or it is... I guess that's not the point either. It's not that it felt faster. It actually felt slower. But... the reason I do it isn't necessarily because the speed in that specific case. The reason I do it is because I'm not entirely certain that I can always hit the cycle that is just running over the platform. And so I jump. The only way to actually make that jump is with the daggers. I really wish that there was a faster way to do this, but the fact of the matter is the fastest... It doesn't matter how fast you try and go. This opening is the first one that you have the opportunity of getting down the hole with. So, it doesn't really matter. Already got a gold split on that. That's interesting. What did I do during my PB? I should maybe go back and watch that sometime. Start up the stairs, stop moving when the camera comes back so that I don't go back down the stairs. And here. Okay, so I can't jump too soon there, otherwise I get caught on invisible spikes that don't actually exist. That has happened on multiple times to me, so I know for a fact that it is just a thing. It wasn't a fluke the first or second time or third time it happened. Or fourth now, that was the fourth time I think that I've seen that happen to me. It is literally the hitbox moves slower than the actual model itself, which means that either I wait a bit or I go faster and get out in front of it. I think waiting a bit is probably my best bet there. So again, I don't know if these are on a global cycle or if they start moving once the door starts opening. But I feel like it's almost random where they are when I get into this room, which doesn't seem correct. Seems like there should be some rhyme or reason to them, but I just don't know. We'll wait for this to stop moving, because we have to wait for it anyway, and it's better to not risk running into spikes. I quite dislike running into spikes. Ooh, I almost didn't make that one. Feel myself just barely on the edge of the platform I need to be on.
Whoa!
Basically, I take that on when he says, whoa, because that seems like the most reasonable spot to do it. Okay. I just about went my previous route, forgetting entirely that I have a new system in place. That may or may not be faster, but I'm going to take it anyway. And here. Nope. Try that one more time before I just go ahead and go around the way that I already know how. Here. There it is. This is still probably going to be faster than my previous run through this room, just because oh, well, that was fun. Simply because I'm not waiting for as many cycles. Actually, it might be about the same. I think I've used about as many cycles as is common. I always turn into the wall on that one so that he can't roll off the edge. Mostly because I've had him roll off the edge before and it's quite unpleasant. And then, as I get up here, if I just kind of take this a little bit less safely, I guess I should say, timidly than I'm used to. Don't die.
Give up that easy.
Ooh, okay. I didn't die. I just got thrown back a little bit. That's fine. And that's why I normally take that much more slowly. So I was on track to beat that by probably 30 seconds. If I do this whole room 100% correctly, no falls, trips, mishaps, etc., I'm probably going to shave a good 30 seconds off of it. Which has me happy. That's not what I'm getting for this run, but that's fine. I had a fall and a void this run, so it's fine. I guess my void... I think my void... No, my void was a fall as well. It wasn't spikes. That's actually one of the safer spots. This is a spot where real... gentility, gingerness is needed. Nope, I'm gonna have to wait for it. Okay, that's fine. Not great, but it is what it is.
Give this a go. Need to get back.
I'm not sure what to do with this room. Obviously, just kind of go through it, but I feel like there's got to be something somewhere that can get me. That's two, actually. That's two fall voids. One more and I'm resetting. That was an odd spot for me to fall. I don't know that I've ever actually fallen there before. What are you doing, Noctis? Besides confusing me. Because I think I'm doing the movement as fast as I can safely. Not to say that oh, no, there we are. Not to say that there isn't somebody who could do it safer or faster. I guess is what I actually meant there. Oh, the 2D room is right beneath me. That's interesting. But, what was my butt there? Oh, yes. But what I really want to find is some skip. Just something that's faster. You use one of the movement mechanics that they just didn't think of. Either the daggers, or you can actually... Alright, here we go. Two. So yeah, there are two... I mean, each weapon has kind of a different movement mechanic, or each type of weapon, I guess I should say. So daggers obviously give you just the weird spinning thing if you attack with them in the air that, well, they give you this. That just gets you a little bit more distance than you get with a normal jump. The Katana of the Warrior also gives you just a little bit of forward momentum, not as much as... Hit the button? Not as much as the daggers, as any set of daggers will give you, but just a little bit. The daggers also give you a bit of hang time in the air, so and the katana is just kind of more of a straight forward, just a touch. So it's doesn't take as much time away, which is useful.
Get this.
4 seconds off there, that doesn't seem correct. Didn't think I was moving that quickly. Especially not when it took me a couple of tries to get that button, but whatever. I trust that I have split in the correct spot. That being the thing that is most likely to have been incorrect there. There are some other movement mechanics, or I assume that there are. I don't actually know. I haven't spent a lot of time researching it. But in looking at old runs of Pitioss before the major skip was found and everybody just tried to get it down under like 1.5 minutes, which is the current any percent, I think, is like 1.5 minutes or something. It's ridiculously short. But yeah, before that, daggers were used because daggers are obviously great for skipping through things throughout. I mean, I use them quite regularly because they're good for getting you places like this that they didn't really intend for you to get. That's one. That's two on the same spot. That's weird and slightly annoying. Can I make that? Nope. My 3 strikes is only falls, by the way. I don't count spike voids on that. I probably... Or I maybe could, but I don't want to. Because that would just be more depressing. Oh, well, okay, we're good. Okay, let's see if I can get out in front of this guy and not get hit. Nope. And that's 3. 3 might be too aggressive, but I can't be bothered at this point. It's like, nope. Honestly, after those 2 on that same spot, I was like, maybe I should just. So it doesn't hurt my feelings at all that I got a 3rd on that one. Alright, let's do this again, shall we? This will be fun. This... We'll see how this run goes. But I'm going to need to wrap up shortly, so... Here's hoping. Boop. I don't know. I've obviously got the 2 new skips, or got, I guess they're not new skips. Well, one of them's new. I got that new skip in the skill room. I've got a plan for, I really wish it had a different name, but boob skip. What I need to do now is just get a good run with both of those in it. I don't know that they'll get me a full, like, I really want to try and get this run down to 15. I'm not entirely sure where there's 5 minutes of time saving to get. But I'll be honest, before I got the 20-minute PB, my PB that I had actually set earlier in that stream was like 23, and I was like, that is dang good, because that was 15 minutes off my previous PB of 30 some odd. Or 10 minutes off my previous of 30 some odd. And I didn't think that I could get another 3 minutes of time saving. So the fact that I got it down to 20 means that yes, I can get at least 3 minutes of time save. And I'm thinking now that I had 20, that's going to count as one. It was a necessary one in order to... in order to actually complete the room, because I did a silly, but it still counts as one. He made a noise like he was running into the spikes there, and I was almost certain I had avoided it until I hit the button. But it's fine. He makes that noise when he gets too close to spikes, so... You notice that I refer to Noctis in the third person, because Noctis and I are two completely different people. And he sometimes does what I tell him to, and other times he doesn't. And it's kind of annoying. And I'm sure part of that is, again, I was bemoaning a little earlier in the stream, I was bemoaning my PC, because it's a fine PC for 3 years ago when I got it. And for today, it's fine. It's okay, I guess. I'm still rocking a 980 and only 8 gigs of RAM. Single channel, I might add. That was interesting. And not a thing I'd ever done before. So, yeah, it had its heyday, and it's still working, so that's great. Oh, actually hit the button, please. That's also a thing I haven't done before. That must be getting just a little bit... Not sure that I can actually do this from here. Yeah, that's 2. Okay, looks like I'm going to have to do the wait on that, because I don't think I can move fast enough to get to the center that I have to be in before I get hit by the second spike column. But it's whatever. What? I'll be honest, I think I'm gonna suspend the rule for this run just because I need to wrap up soon. And, well, okay, looks like we're going this route. And I'm really interested to see what kind of time I can put up with the 2 new skips. Again, boob skip isn't new, otherwise I would not call it that. Because personally, I understand where the name comes from, but there's just a ring of immaturity to it that I don't like. But the new, what I think I'm going to call one cycle for the skull room, which isn't really a one cycle, but it's one less cycle than my previous in my previous version run strat had. I don't know that the running jump is necessary there, but it makes me feel better, so I don't think I'm going to get rid of it. I do find it odd that the fastest way through... Actually, can I get down here fast enough to do this? I think I can. Sweet! Nice! And that is much less hectic for me. So yeah, I'm going to call this one cycle now. And that is much less hectic for me than trying to get the... on that bottom shelf fast enough ever was. I don't know that I needed 2 daggers there, but it felt like I did, so I'm going to keep that. I'm just gonna always daggers off the end of that. So I'm not gonna lie, or I'm gonna be more truthful than I guess I absolutely have to be here. Oh shoot, I forgot to hit the split there. Crud. I'll go back and find that and go back and find that. In the VOD. Okay. So I'm going to be a little bit extra truthful. I am kind of looking at possibly submitting this to RPG Limit Break in May. Or whenever they open up. They'll probably open up here shortish. No, they'll wait until after AGDQ, that's right. So I do actually spend some time as I go through just kind of thinking to myself, okay, what things should be talked about here? What are the stuff that should be pointed out to a marathon audience that might not be familiar with the dungeon, might not be familiar with Final Fantasy 15 in general? Can I make this? I think I can. I can. Sweet.
Give this a go. Need to get back.
So a minute and a half left off that. I'm not entirely sure how it was deciding the segment. Probably based on if I had hit the side room split at the correct point, which I didn't. That's one that maybe there's just a shorter fall I can make there and not have as much of a recovery animation. Anyway, but a minute and a half off with that skip. That skip with one cycle in that room, in schoolroom, that I feel is easily done, as opposed to the other method I came up with, which felt more like trying to catch a rampaging bull, which I just didn't like. So yeah, the one cycle in that room, easily attainable, and that's going to just be part of the... And that is just a new route now. There's no getting away from that. It's quicker and easier than... Well, that was odd. I don't know that I've ever fallen off of that before. Man, come on. Don't. This is quite unpleasant. Alright, so this room requires a bit more, as I've found during the last few runs, it looks like, requires just a little bit more precision and a little bit more attention to actually completing it correctly than I appear to be giving it during these. Alright, I am going to say this. I'm sick and tired of this room now, and if I fall again, I am just going to reset. But I really don't want to, because I need to be done with the stream, and as much as I want to put forward a good time with my new skips, especially that what I just did in the schoolroom makes me really happy. More than that, I have things to do that require my attention within the next 20 minutes. And considering that my current PB is 20 minutes on this thing, taking another, or starting over at this point would add 20 minutes, and that's just not an amount of time that I'm willing to add to my stream right now. Which is slightly unfair, but it's fine. I have a lot of time next week that I can spend on this, or anything else for that matter, honestly. By which I mean I'm not working or I'm not currently scheduled to work next week, but that's fine. I work in a theater, and our current show is well enough off without my help. Also, I only have so many hours that I can work in a year, and we're coming close to the end of the calendar year, and I've worked most of them. Bother. It is such a pain to get up in this room that I'm so glad that there's this bottom path available. I cannot even express how much joy is in my heart every time I take that bottom path and I don't have to take the upper path. Just getting to the upper path is a pain, and actually completing the upper path is a pain. And the fact that I can just fall and be fine is great. All right. Let's do this skip, shall we? First off, I do this skip. Just because it's actually faster to fall there than it is to continue walking all the way up the ramp. So yeah, I'm hoping to, not even I'm hoping, I'm planning to submit this to RPG Limit Break. We'll see what they say. It really, as 10 minutes and being an optional dungeon in a different game that has a full run. Well, shoot. Starting over. Because I think this is going to be faster than trying to go through the normal way. So I'm not expecting it to be a main ticket item. I'm expecting it more as like, we need to fill time in the schedule, so we'll slot you in, or possibly as a donation incentive, I don't know. I kind of feel like I should also try and submit like the main game, except that I have not done anything in main game. I don't have any runs put up at all. And if I were to do runs, they would be New Game Plus, and that's not really the primary category at the moment. Well, I don't know. I feel like any % is still kind of the primary category for Final Fantasy 15. But it has, the scene has been kind of quiet recently. After Kios's run last RPG Limit Break, there's just not been a lot of movement on any of the... on any of it, really. So there's a little bit of movement I can do during this cutscene now, now that I land on the other side of the body. There's not a lot, because it's still, I still get scared by trying to move in that cutscene, because I've died too many times to trying to move in that cutscene. Am I safe here? Yeah, I'm good. And get the elevator moving, and I'm still a minute short. Even after doing it twice, I'm still a minute short, so I think there's easily 2 minutes of time there. With the minute and a half that I got in Skullroom, that's got me down to like 17 minutes, and then just better execution all around. I feel like I can definitely get this run down to 15 now, which makes me really happy. I thought I was much closer to the end of that than I was when I stopped jumping, so I can probably jump longer there and be fine. Let's get over this hump, not walk off the edge. Always a bit trepidatious in here. But I think that caution is not a bad thing. Ooh, I mean, look at how close to the edge I was there. I do kind of hug the edge of the platform on that side, mostly because if you notice the weird graphical kind of glitch as the camera was like, oh wait, there's a thing here, and tried to go around it. That's my sign for, oh, by the way, you're right at the thing. The fact that I actually see the thing I'm aiming at is what I go for. 17 seconds off that. I must have had to fall there in my PB. I don't know. My overall time right now is actually pretty good, regardless of having to do Tilted Room 3 or 4 times. Current pace, it says, is less than 20 minutes, which is nice. We'll see how close to that we actually get. Obviously, current pace is only so good. It'll get more and more accurate as you get closer to the end of the run, though, and I'm darn close to the end of the run, so. And then I do that, and then I do that. Void out here, it's fine. Everything's fine, don't worry about it. That's a jump that I felt like I had better. I'm not entirely sure what's been up today, because that's the second time I've missed that jump so far today, and I kind of feel bad about that. I'm usually much more on top of it. Incidentally, I've been considering a possible category change here, because I do what I call all rooms, which is just visit every room, basically, is the long and short of it. And I'm wondering, but it's kind of a weird definition of room, like this area up here, this is just the top side of the same two rooms that I've been in, but it's an area that I like jumping through, so I consider it its own space, its own room. But I've been considering separately. Like I've mentioned in the past that an all faces run would kind of be annoying, because at that point it's basically an all items run, which is definitely not a thing that I ever want to do. But an all buttons run might not be too bad, except there's definitely some buttons that I skip in this current route that I'm not sure that I want to go for. But then recently I realized that in my current route, I hit nearly every orange button. You notice you can kind of see it really well here, that there's two different types of button. There's the white button and the orange button. I'm about to hit a white button, which will open up this door, which I will then jump on and come over here to hit an orange button. So with, oh shoot, that was unfortunate. So with my current route, it would only be a little bit of tweaking in the first room, actually, is the only orange button I skip, to get all the orange buttons. It would add some time to that first room. It would probably add about 30 seconds total, which isn't terrible, but is maybe 30 seconds more than I want to add at the moment. I'd gotten so good at those jumps, too. It's too bad. Oh, and I missed my split. Shoot. That was annoying. Where am I? I'm right here. Let's not fall off. Let's just jump up here, please. Thank you. Oh, that's not what I wanted to see there. This is definitely not what I wanted to see. I don't understand why I got voided out to this space. Alright, so this was a fantastic run. Right up until here, basically. I've just kind of... I think I got overconfident and have started making mistakes here at the end. I'm not convinced that this won't be a PB, though. Now I am. Now I'm convinced that this will definitely not be a PB. Okay, you know what? Screw it. Let's go the safe route. Yeah, I already passed my PB pace. But it was still a pretty darn good run. I'll go in and get my specific splits, see exactly how much time I saved in Skull Room. And that'll be slightly important to me. Okay, and pick that up and finish. So about 20 seconds off. But again, that was mostly just poor execution. I think, again, getting just a little bit ahead of myself in a few spaces. So yeah, I'm really happy with what I accomplished today, though. Got 2 good skips. I got statue skip. I'm going to call it statue skip. I don't even care that somebody else already came up with it and named it differently. I'm not calling it that. I got statue skip, actually, got a system down for that so that I can actually get it consistently. I'll look at possibly, I don't know. I guess it's like 5, maybe 10 seconds of time save that you would get from having a shorter stamina bar, and I don't know that the work it would take to do a level 1 run of the game would be worth that to me, honestly. I don't know that I care. But we got the skips down, which is nice. Got that new skip in the skull room, which I really like. That felt really good when I hit that very first cycle today. That was nice. So I'm looking forward to doing more of that. And just executing better. Apparently I need to spend more time in the tilted room. Get my execution in there much better. I got plus 2 minutes. It was a plus 2 minute delta in that room, and that's not here. I guess we can come back here and take a look at it. Plus 2 minutes in there, and that's just not great. A whole extra minute on the Black Hood, and I think it was about the same for same room, the split before that. Just getting a bit sloppy, and that's fine. That's not fine, but it shows me that there's obviously spaces I can improve, spaces that I felt like I was fine with that obviously I'm not. I need to spend more time in, or just pay more attention to when I'm running them, but clean it all up, and I think I'm easily I'm easily a 17. I think I got at least 17 minutes worth of time save in here, or at least 3 minutes worth of time save. I can probably get it down to 15, I think, if I just clean everything up. So I want to thank anybody who has been watching this. I appreciate anybody who spends time with me. I really do. And until next time, you all have a good one.